Hi, good evening. I'm Kathy, and welcome to Estrella Mountain Catons. Ivy's puppies are a week old, and I just want to share with you a little bit about what goes on in our puppy room every day. We weigh them a couple of times a day for the first couple weeks just to make sure everybody's gaining weight. And another thing that we do when we have them out to weigh them is from day 3 through day 16, we do early neurological stimulation, which for puppies, too much stress can be bad for them and it can have a negative effect on them. But the right amount of thermal, tactile stressors and motor stimulation can be beneficial and help them later on with brain muscle tension and changes in oxygen level and breathing. So when puppies are tested later as adults, stress dogs were able to withstand stress that their non-stress litter mates were able to handle. So that's what we're going to do today. And so I'm going to go through all the puppies. It takes less than 3 to 5 seconds per little exercise, so less than a minute per puppy. Okay? I have the puppies over here in a warming box. This keeps them warm while we have them out of the whelping box. So this is puppy boy number 1. Hello, everybody. This is a sweet guy, and we're gonna weigh him. And he weighs 11.6 ounces. So he's doing really well, and we're writing those down. We keep track of everything. And then the early neurological stimulation is to, the first thing is to tickle their toes with a Q-tip. So we just have a regular Q-tip. We're going to tickle their toes. Like I said, 3 to 5 seconds per exercise. So we're going to do that. And then they're held perpendicular to the ground. And then they're held with their head down. Then they're held on their back. And the last thing that we do is lay them on a cold, damp towel. Which I know you can't see, but I am doing that. All right. So that's all for our little guy number 1. And I'll be naming them sometime this week. It's been a busy week, so we're going to come up with some really cool names for these guys. And girl. And speaking of our girl, here's our sweet girl. Here she is. Hello, beautiful. She's got some really pretty coloring on her back. Some spots on both sides. All right. And she weighs 13.1 ounces. So she's gained, most of our puppies have doubled their weight, as you'll read a little bit about that in your email. So we're going to go ahead and do her exercises. Another thing that I will be doing every couple of days is just taking the tips off of their toenails so that they don't hurt Ivy while they're nursing, and it also gets them used to having their nails clipped. And on the cold towel. All right. And this is puppy number 3. He's got a really cool spot on the top of his head. You can see right there. And he's got a spot on this side and nothing really on that side. So he's a real sweetheart. So we're going to weigh him. And he weighs 12.6. So we're going to write down his weight and do his exercises as well. There's his Q-tip on his little feet. And perpendicular to the ground, upside down, on his back, and on the cold cloth. All right. Bye, everybody. See you later. And here comes the biggest boy. I just love his facial markings. Oh, there's a big yawn for you. Yeah, he's real sweet. He's the big boy. He's got a lot of really pretty color. He's a black and white, so all that color right there is gonna stay. Yeah. The last little boy is a black and white too. And this guy weighs 14.2 ounces. So he is the biggest of the bunch. Tickle, tickle. This is the best, just so you know. I love my job. Upside down. And on his back. I know. And on the towel. There we go. All right, everybody. See you later. And last but certainly not least is our little tiny dog. He is tiny. He's the littlest one of our group and had a little bit of a hard time this week gaining weight, but we've been working around the clock, and he is starting to gain weight very nicely. So he's got a lot of energy, and he is a strong boy. And he is now weighing 5.2 ounces. When he was born, he was 3.8. So he is gaining weight, and I'm super proud of him. It's been a little bit of a rough week for this guy, but he's doing great. We're gonna do his ENS, his Q-tip. We did some supplemental feedings for him, so he's gotten a lot of stimulation this week. So we're going to hold him perpendicular to the ground. There you go, lifting up that head. Upside down. And on his back. And on the cool towel. There he goes. All right. We'll see if I can get you a good armful. To say goodnight. And here we go. So here's our crew, and they're saying good night to you. Hope you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.